You're watching Breakfast Central on News Central. Let's take you to our top story. Yes, all about the big one in Gambia as it happened yesterday. The results were announced. Adama Barrow's resounding win in Saturday's peaceful polls has been described as a win for democracy in the small West African country with just about 2.5 million people in terms of their population, Gambia. Now, with the vote helping to draw a line under the 22-year rule of former President Yahya Jammeh, who lost to Barrow back in 2016 and was forced to go into exile, still yet to return.
Now, the victory was, however, tainted slightly by an announcement by main challenger, that's Ousainou Darboe, Essa Myde Faal, and another candidate that would reject the result because of alleged problems at polling stations and other issues. But Essa Faal, who ran as an independent and won 2% of the vote, has accepted defeat and congratulated the president-elect Adama Barrow, while the rest opposition parties still disagree with the outcome of the polls. Ousainou Darboe had this to say yesterday.
Now we are going through the elections. We are not happy with the results. But not being happy with the result doesn't mean that we have to adopt measures that run contrary to the law. The laws of the Gambia have provided us the remedies that we could avail ourselves. And those remedies we must pursue.
From the opposition leader himself, Ousainou Darboe, the main opposition leader who lost that election, coming out to register his displeasure, Oluchi, about the results. But for an election that's been declared by many as fair and peaceful, you wonder what the opposition's claim will be and how far they want to go with challenging these results for Adama Barrow.
Now, Olisa, the opposition and their agent had raised a number of issues at polling stations and had not endorsed some results. That's at the polling stations. They said there were some delays in announcing some results. And they also talked about discrepancies in terms of registered number of voters vis-a-vis high voter turnout in some areas. Now, Darboe has also come out to encourage his supporters, and he has told them to remain peaceful and has promised to pursue legal options to challenge the results. Now, let's also not forget that there were about 52 constituencies where over 1,500 polling units were registered, and out of these 52 polling units, the NPP, that is the National People Party, won the election or won the polls in over 35 constituencies.
And that was my next man there, Adama Barrow. Yes, he gave his victory speech early hours yesterday after being declared winner of Saturday's election, winner for the NPP out there in Gambia. Don't forget, Gambia is a West African country, just 2.5 million people. The voters were about almost 1 million registered voters, as we saw it from Saturday's election at the polls. So Adama Barrow returns for another term. But I think perhaps the larger discussion here is the Yahya Jammeh factor, about the return of Yahya Jammeh. Now, since Yahya Jammeh left power, there's been talks he might return if the opposition currently wins, because he has perhaps in good books for them. And so that's basically the big issue. All right, so let's listen to the president re-elected himself yesterday, Adama Barrow.
Residents and friends of the Gambia, I address you today with a great sense of joy and humility. Now that the Independent Electoral Commission, IEC, has declared me, Adama Barrow, candidate for the National People's Party, NPP, the winner of the 4th December 2021 presidential election. I urge all my supporters to celebrate the victory in a civil manner. I call on all Gambians, irrespective of our political divide, to push aside our political and other differences and come together as one people to work towards the development of our country. I thank you. Oh, my God.